Hello, everyone. I was muted there. This is Scott Roberts from Explore Scientific and the Explore Alliance. And we're at day 3 at the Nebraska Star Party with Kent Marts, who's on site there. And he's with Jett Dobbs. I love that name.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Jett's a young astronomer. I don't know if this is your first time to be at Nebraska Star Party, but if it is, welcome. That's great.
All right, second time,
Second time.
So Jett's 15, turned 16 in what? Less than a month?
August 6th.
August 6th. So he lives in Virginia, member of Northern Virginia
Astronomy Club.
Can't remember
Okay.
Novak. So Jett, how'd you get started in astronomy? I know your dad does it. Is that how you got started?
No, what I did is I was all when I was in school, I always loved science. It's my favorite class. And every single time we go to science, my favorite unit was always when we look at the stars, when we look at the planets. We'd learn
Sure.
about how they move. And I just thought, man, I love it. I love learning how everything gets created, how it's all forms, how stars form, how planets are made. And I thought, I love looking at them and I want to do it myself. I don't just want to look at the pictures, I want to take the pictures.
So was your dad into astronomy at that point, or did he get into it because you got into it?
He's always been into astronomy, but he's never had his partner in crime, which is me.
So he's helped you along, and you've helped him along.
Yes.
So this is your second time. How many of the star parties have you been to? This is your second time here.
Just this star party, but I go to a monthly star viewing out at this place called, it's somewhere in West Virginia. Can't remember the name of it, but it's affiliated with Novak, and it's basically a public viewing night.
Okay. And do you go out and run a telescope, or do you just hang out, or what do you do?
Um, I haven't brought my telescope yet, but I'm planning to bring it next time since we're members now and we can bring our stuff.
So you have another interesting hobby that is completely unrelated to astronomy. You teach rock climbing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So talk about, how'd you get into rock climbing?
Well, one day with my brother, he was into rock climbing and he brought me there.
Older?
Yeah, older.
Okay.
His name's Finian. He brought me to his rock climbing gym and I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. It's just so fun. And then I decided this is another thing I want to do. So I teach rock climbing. I'm a rock climbing instructor at Sport Rock, Alexandria. And I also go on rock climbing sort of expeditions. I went to Prague to go climb the outer spire, or however you pronounce it, spires. And then I climbed a few places in the US and I climbed a little bit in France.
So what do you get out of rock climbing?
It's fun once you get to see the view, you get to see everything. And especially if you're going to do it at night, then you can see the stars. And there's no obstructions in your way.
So you get the similar experience when you look into a telescope versus climbing a rock face. Is there a relationship at all?
Once you get to the top of the rock face, you look over and you see, man, I got to get myself this view. And when you're star hopping, you look in your telescope and you're like, man, I just got myself to this star by navigating.
So you're a 15-year-old star hopper.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you watching who may not know what star hopping is the old school pre-go-to method of looking in the telescope and following a star chart across the sky. You start from a known point and can you work your way to whatever your target is, an M object or whatever, and you can work your way to that target.
Yeah.
It's a real old school way of doing it.
I like to call it organic astronomy, so
it's organic. Okay.
So it doesn't seem so old school because when you're doing it, it doesn't feel old school. It feels awesome.
Right. So anyway, young guy, and he got a nice birthday present here a little while ago. We had a certified pre-owned Equinox 2 with a backpack and they're available on our website. But we had a discount for the one I brought here, and his dad agreed to become the bank of dad and finance it for him over a year. And Jett is going to learn the principles of what happens when you don't make payments, because his dad is going to repossess the telescope until he makes his payments. So he's going to learn a principle here of life, that what happens, the consequences of not
Yeah, I don't
making
think
those
that's going to
payments.
happen.
I suspect so. He's got a
I
job
don't
teaching
think
rock
it's going to
climbing,
happen.
so and it was a heck of a deal. So it was a good birthday present for him. Um, it's great to see somebody your age and your enthusiasm getting into this. It's a it's a hobby that is hopefully going to go on forever and not have light pollution problems. You can overcome it with camera systems. What do you want to do in astronomy going forward?
I want to get really into astrophotography. I want to be able to take pictures of whatever I want, and I want to try and discover an asteroid.
Oh, there you go. Science endeavors here, right? The Unistellar has citizen science campaigns that you can sign up for, like asteroid occultation with stars, all sorts of programs, and you can contribute to science. And when that campaign ends and they use the science, you get cited and paid for as one of the contributors to it. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool way to do some astronomy as well. All right, so Scott, I think we're going to wrap this one up
This is a wrap,
today.
huh?
I've
Yep.
got one other person that's not close that is going to talk about. He bought a Unistellar, and maybe we can knock this out tomorrow if I can find him.
Okay.
Um, but or it's 416. I might. You want to do one more here in a little bit, Scott, if I can find him?
Yeah, we
He's going
can
to
do
talk
that.
about.
But
He's
I
going to
do have
talk
a
about.
question for Jett.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask that. Go ahead.
Jett, when did you know that you were interested in the stars? When was your
Well, it was
first?
sorry, it's probably my first Nebraska Star Party, and I believe it was 2022. And I
Okay.
came out here, and I was like, "You can see the Milky Way," and I was like, "It's the most beautiful thing." Because if you don't know, the Milky Way, if you can see it well enough, actually casts a shadow on you
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's so bright and it's so beautiful.
Right.
It's hard to explain what it looks like.
That's
Uh,
cool.
yeah.
You know,
So
the last conversation that we had with the Sonali, the physician, we were talking about how good it is for you to experience something like being under the stars, like this, like what you guys are doing. And his discussion about you know rock climbing and that experience that you get from that, but also the experience that you get from looking out under the stars, and it is both experiences are give you a sense of awe. They really do. I used to rock climb when I was young. I remember what it felt like, and so I totally get you. You wanting to do both of these things. So keep going, man.
yeah. Do you surf? Have you ever
Uh,
surfed?
I've never surfed.
Scott was a surfer kid too. So
That's cool.
he was a surfer dude back in the teenage days. Um,
But again, the
was
same kind of experience, same
yeah,
kind of experience, you're out in the ocean, you're feeling nature, you can feel the wave, you get in a rhythm, same kind of deal. And so
yeah.
it's good stuff for you. It'll make you live longer. So
Yep.
Right. All right,
very cool.
I'm going to see if I can track this guy down, and it's interesting how he's used a smart telescope, and everybody says, if they use smart telescopes, you're not going to learn the sky, and that turns out it's not true.
It's not
Uh,
true. Yeah.
it's not true. It became a tool that taught him the sky. So we'll see if we can find him and have another one here real quick. Um, so maybe not happen. I don't know if he's still around or not. So anyway, Jet, appreciate you.
Thank you.
I've
Thank
had
you,
fun
man.
talking to you. He's hung out at my campsite a couple of hours every night, and um, it's great to have him in the hobby. He's going to be a great ambassador for all of us moving forward. Looking forward to seeing what he can do and the success he can bring to his newfound or rapidly expanding hobby, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank
Appreciate it
you.
very much.
All right. Okay.
See you, Scott.
Okay. And we'll be back with more.
NASA's NICER X-ray telescope on the International Space Station has just shown that random outbursts from pulsars pack more of a punch than previously thought. Pulsars are rapidly spinning neutron stars, the crushed cores of exploded stars. One of the best-known pulsars lies at the heart of the famous Crab Nebula, located about 6,500 light-years away. Light from the supernova that formed it reached Earth less than 1,000 years ago, in the year 1054. The Crab pulsar spins 30 times a second and steadily blinks in radio, visible light, X-rays, and gamma rays. But it also emits random jumbo bursts called giant radio pulses that can be more than 10 times stronger than its regular signals. Now, thanks to NICER's sensitivity, astronomers have shown that each giant pulse comes with an increase in X-ray brightness as well. Observing the Crab simultaneously with NICER and radio telescopes in Japan, astronomers captured data over some 3.7 million rotations. They show a nearly 4% increase in X-ray emission with each giant pulse. This means the phenomena responsible for giant radio pulses produce 10 or more times the energy previously estimated from radio and visible data alone. Astronomers think all these signals originate from particle interactions in the pulsar's rapidly spinning magnetic field, but the details remain poorly known. Better understanding of giant pulses may help scientists figure out how pulsars like the Crab do what they do. It may also provide us with insight into a much more powerful phenomenon called fast radio bursts, which are linked to spinning neutron stars in our galaxy and others much farther away.
Okay. All right. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, guys.
Hey, Scott,
Hi.
are you out now?
I'm out. Yeah, that was a phone call I had to take.
Yeah, I could hear you
So,
talking a little bit. Couldn't hear what you were saying. So your
so-
mic was on there had been on for a little while, but I could hear your voice. Couldn't understand
yeah,
a
I
word
was
you
all the
said.
way in the showroom. So,
Wow. Okay. All right. So
We have a new guest here.
we have a new guest.
We'd like to introduce you to this guy that you probably know. I don't remember if
I
you
don't,
remember very well.
doesn't, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a
I
memory.
recognize you don't have a memory.
All right. So Scott, the guy we're going to do, he wants to watch the next speaker. So I'm going to interview him tonight via video, and we will just
Okay.
do it in my trailer or somewhere if the wind's blowing, because I can't hook these mics up to that. So it's going to be tonight sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to do it right now?
I thought you were done.
No, we're just talking. Yeah.
So you're not going to interview Greg Bragg?
Hang on a second. No, I'm not going to interview Greg Bragg.
Why
It's
not?
possible. Huh?
Is it possible to do out there?
No, it'll be just, don't worry about it. We can do it. We can do a phone interview. I can just record it. We can just play it tomorrow. Well, we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scott's not going to be in the office to broadcast it live.
I'm at Boardman's
Okay.
tomorrow. I'm right where the registration bit is.
Yeah.
I'm the next camper.
Okay.
If you want to stop by tomorrow,
So we could hook up the start.
is that possible? The reason is, as soon as this is over,
Yeah.
trying to run to a place.
Yeah. So,
They're on the last category.
yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
we could bring the Starlink with us. We can load the Starlink up.
Right.
Because they have to have good internet.
Okay.
You know, phone, they're
Okay.
probably not going to have enough horsepower.
Okay.
So I could just, as long as I put my Starlink
How about
in,
a Zoom meeting
that's what we're doing
next
basically.
week or something like that?
Yeah.
Schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do it next week, Scott. It might be easier just to set up an interview next week.
Next week?
Yeah, let's just do
Okay.
that. Yeah, let's just do that and do a follow-up. You know, maybe have him come on a Global Star Party next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Would that be possible?
Yeah. Invite
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
let
work
me-
on that.
Yeah,
Okay,
get me the
10-4.
information and stuff, but we'll do it.
All right.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, 10-4. All right, bye, Scott. So I'm done for the night.
So this is done. So
Yeah,
Greg,
we're
what's
done. We
going
got
on
packed
out
up.
there in the Star Party field? I heard that Brian Deese is dead.
It's not true.
So it
We
turns
we
out-
heard too.
Yeah. So he said that. He said Mr. Stark off.
Yeah.
He said that, but he's saying that with some other guy.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
iStar.
Oh,
So,
And we may be
so when
missing-
Kent,
Oh,
when Kent told me this, I called Fowler. Okay, like
Yeah.
immediately. And
Yeah.
Fowler's like, "What?" He said, "I just talked to him last week." And I said, "That doesn't match up with Ken's story that he died a few weeks ago."
That's my business card, basically.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
funny.
so-
The next morning,
So I had
was
the
30
pleasure
minutes
of
through-
telling this guy, "Hey, Brian,
he
you're
went,
dead.
You're not dead.
No, you're dead." I say so.
I
at
got up
Nebraska
the next
Star
morning
Party.
after we heard it, and I started researching Google and tried to find funeral arrangements and all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
Nothing showed up. I said, he ain't
I
dead.
just, for some reason, I just couldn't believe it. You know,
Yes.
it's like, what?
Yeah, that's
know.
funny.
My
So-
next week is January, but the next week I'm on vacation.
So-
Week of 12th.
I was shocked. I mean, I'm like, no way.
So how-
It should have got around the industry, you know?
Let's find a date
Yeah.
for the week of.
I'm trying to make this.
Oh, yeah.
We need to
you gotta
get
pull it
we
in.
need to get
I've
Brian a
never done
T-shirt
this
that just
before.
says "I'm dead." hmm
So, okay, so here, you know what you're doing. Make that happen.
How you been?
I'm actually.
Good. Good.
Actually,
It's hot out here. You know.
All right.
It's hot
So
everywhere.
we can be on.
You
know.
can give me back whatever you want. You don't have to.
Okay.
It was 104 here yesterday.
Is that because the Earth
Yeah,
is
yeah,
closer to the sun? Is that what it is?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I'm part of Michael Sibrinson. We're gonna be doing the whole hosting with Boo, right?
Yeah.
Children's Observatory.
Yeah.
So if we don't catch you, we
We'll
can work out
this
the
out
rest of
'cause
the
I like the
details.
story.
Okay.
Okay.
Kent is the master, tell you.
Only when fishing.
You know, you were an apprentice baiter first. You're not a master baiter yet. Somebody's calling me. Oh, Scott Roberts is calling me. Why are you calling me? What? Oh, great. Glad. Very, very good. That's a great joke. I learned it when I was 6. Yeah, I didn't do that. That was some guy from Germany who doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Well, it said somebody in Europe said stars on it. Oh, stars on it. They can roll.
So it was Ice Stars now, not Mr. Stars.
Yeah.
But we heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. We were very confused. We both went, what? Really?
Heard it sort of lined up because he gave all his stuff to Alcon
Yeah.
to go.
Right.
So
It's the weirdest thing. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How
Still
you
weird.
sort of.
What does that mean?
Well, when you're married, then, you're married. So
So Scott, you're coming through the speaker too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
You're
go ahead. I'm gonna close down the stream. So what we're gonna do is he
I'm
can't
coming to
move.
the speaker.
Yeah.
You are.
I'm kind of sort of married.
There you go. Yeah.
So tell him.
Okay. Hang on. Thanks. Two Tuesday was the guy that he was talking to can do the thing. Not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday. A week from Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. The story is how you story trying the right stuff. To kids discussion time. He asked how many people were this versus I raised his hands with a whole bunch of them. And then Kent it said you've converted me to a go-to and now I'm learning the sky with that. Yeah, it's a great story. It's all right.
Giving away something.
Yeah. Of course.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Are you traveling much? Yeah. I'm gonna do I did Winter Star Party slide in there. I'm gonna do this one of the text of the Bill Radar and share it on. Yeah, it's nice to have someone paying. Probably have some additional incentives. Right. Well, good chat with you. Stepping up. Sorry. Yeah, but see you later. Bye.